Hey everybody, Coax and Camp Stools here, back at Four Door Dunes State Park. Finally got a blue sky today, so slipped out for boat activation, doing something a little bit different today. Over here we have our driven element, and then on this side I put a reflector that's about 5% longer. So I don't want to call this a Yagi because I'm feeding it from the end on the driven element, and I feel like that's breaching the Yagi design protocol. But it's basically a vertical Yagi that I'm playing around with today. Similar setup to last time, running the IC-705 CW Morse key, and then my fancy antenna mast here, supported with a 20 kilo kettlebell in a little Amazon Warrior flagpole holder, holding a 10 meter DXCommander Expedition. And then over here I have my Jackite 31-foot pole strapped to the post, just like I normally do. 15 feet of RG316 coax, and I choked it at both sides. And I choked it at both sides this time. So I have a choke here, and then choke on this side of the pole. And just like the one viewer comment I got a long time ago, using this fence as a counterpoise, and you'll see that in the model here in a second. So we're going to see how this works. Coming over here in MMANA-GAL, we're going to take a look at what I'm trying to do today. So here in the front is my driven element. We can see, make it a little bit bigger for you guys. We can see here this red circle is where my feed point is, and I'm trying to simulate the fence that I'm using as my counterpoise here with this straight line here. We have our driven element vertical, and then about 3 meters behind it we have a reflector. Now reflector is about 5% longer than the driven element, and that should null out everything behind me and give me behind the antenna, and give me a little bit of gain in the direction of the rest of the continental United States. So what does this look like? Here we see pretty good front to back ratio here, 9.78 dB. See, and I have it 1.5 meters off the ground because that's about the height of that fence. So when I'm standing next to the fence, it's right about my sternum. I'll put that at about 4 feet high. So 1.5 meters is a pretty good ballpark. Using copper wire here, but we come over to look at this far field plot, and that's looking pretty good. So we see here I get a 4.3 dBi. If you're interested in learning more about dBi, Callum, DXCommander, has covered MMANA-GAL and what dBi is and means pretty in depth over on his channel. So we have what, 4.3 dBi. We see that my beam width, 4.3. See that my beam width is about 150 degrees, so pretty well to the north of me. But this, look at this takeoff angle here on the right, 1.5 meters high. The bulk of my RF is coming off at 13 degrees. At 5 degrees, we are at 1.3 dB, so not bad at all. Come over here looking at the 3D far field plot. We can see that here's the fence. I can make this bigger. So here's the fence with my driven element here in the middle and the reflector behind. We can see that that reflector is really pushing all of my RF north, which is exactly where I want it to go. Let's cut over the activation and see how well it worked. I'm warning you now, it was an extremely windy day out there at Four Door Dunes State Park. Thanks for watching.